Hi guys, in this video I'm going to define the scope of time speed. Time speed is one of the most important concepts for the exams, and unfortunately it's very confusing. There are times when people get confused in the topic. So I want you to work on this topic seriously because this will be there for in their exam. Importance wise, in CAT there will be 1 to 2 questions which are based on uh, time speed. In CMAT there will be another 2 to 3 questions, and NMAT 2 questions, CMAT 2 questions. This exam, this topic is going to be there in almost every exam. So that is your must do topic. Now talk about the scope. Now what is the scope of these topics? So there are 7 things you need to cover in this topic. One is a basic question on time speed, average speed, relative speed, boats, trains, linear and circular. So these are the 7 concepts which I wanted to work on. If you have done even 10 to 20 questions per topic, this is more than sufficient to get yourself a decent score in the exam. So that's your scope for the exam. So what I want you to divide your preparation to 3-4 days. So day 1, just do the solved examples. Open up your books, find the solved examples. Day 2, try to do around 30 questions of time, speed, distance. Maybe divide them into all these concepts: the races question on trains, question on boats. Fine. Third day, pick up CAT questions, question of the level of CAT or CMAT, and try to practice those questions. So 30 questions here, 30 questions here. So probably after 60 questions, you will get some confidence in the topic. So practice some question at home so that you become more and more comfortable. Alright, now let's talk about the other things. Talk about the shortcut for time speed now, because if you're attending my lectures, I don't teach any formulas and all. I normally teach the concepts. Yeah, because knowing the concepts is more important than knowing the formula. Because I know there are a lot of other faculty who teach you shortcuts and all, but the problem with the shortcut is only valid on a particular type of question. The moment I change the question, the moment I change the values, the moment I change something in the question, your formulas or shortcuts go for the toss. So that's why I recommend the common sense way of thinking. To be very frank, I don't have any shortcuts. All I have is common sense. Fine. So that's exactly what I'm going to work on now. I'm going to teach you now. So let's start the trains ka concept. Now there are 4 kind of questions in train. One, the train is moving and there is a stationary man or a pole standing there. How much time the train will take to cross the man? Second concept is train crossing the bridge, train crossing the running man, and train crossing another train. So these are the 4 questions. There will be one question based out of these 4 in all the non-CAT exams. This question, to be very frank, is not important for CAT. Yeah, I want to talk about this question. So please pause the video and try to do this question yourself. A man standing on the railway bridge, which is 180 meters long. If find the train crosses the bridge in 20 seconds and crosses himself in 8 seconds, how much time it will take to? So what is the length of the train? What is the speed of the train? So these are the 2 questions you have to solve. Fine. Now, if you try to solve this question, before I jump to this question, let me talk about the concept of man days of your man and train. So let's assume this is our train. Fine, I love to draw, so I am good at drawing. So alright, so how much time will take to cross a man? Suppose the length of the train is 200 meter and it crosses the train in 8 seconds. So how much will be the speed of the train? 200 meter by 8. Yep, any doubt in this? 25 answer. Now in this case we have given 2 things. There is a man and a bridge. So we have to consider the length of the train as d and total length of the bridge total is 180. Train takes 20 seconds to cross this. That's the speed of train. In another case, there the train takes 8 seconds to cross the man. So if I equate 2 things, I'll get my answer. Alright, let me do this question again. What I'm trying to say here is that can I say speed of the train in the first case is equal to speed of the train in second case? In first case means the train plus the total bridge is overtaken in 20 seconds. The man itself is overtaken in 8 seconds. So d by 80 I'll cross multiply and I can solve. That is the normal way of doing this question. So let me just take this thing, the calculation part on the side, so that we can talk about the other things. Alright, so if I try to use my shortcut here, what I'm trying to do here now is, let's see. Now train total time taken for the bridge and the man is 20 seconds. So out of this total 20 seconds, can I say 12 seconds is for the bridge and 8 seconds for the man? Alright, total time taken was 20 seconds to cross the complete. the railway, the train and the bridge. Yeah, this part d plus 180. Yeah, this part. So what I'm doing now is I am breaking them into two parts. That total out of 20 meter, 8 meter is overtaken the man. The remaining 12 meter is the time taken to overtake the train, to overtake the bridge. Sorry. Yep. So this means if I divide my distance of the bridge divide by this thing, I'll get my answer. Right? Yep. So if I divide these two things, I'll get my answer 15. So answer is 15. Second question is find the length of the train. 15 seconds is taking to overtake the bridge. Sorry, 15 is the speed of the train. Fine. Now second part is, so we got the speed of the train 15. Second part is find the length of the train. Length of the train I'll get by what? By considering this thing, it takes 8 seconds to cross the man. So distance is what? Speed into time. 8 into 15. 120. B Bombay. Fine. So answer is B Bombay. So what I've done is I've basically, rather than using my formulas, I'm using common sense. Total distance, total time taken was 20, which was to overtake the bridge and the man. So man taken is 8 minutes, so bridge have to be 12 minutes. 180 meter is done in 12 seconds. So speed will be 180 by 12, which is 15 meter per second. Once I got the speed, length I'll get from here. 8 seconds to cross the complete train, for the train to overtake the man. So 8 into 15, 120. That's it. So this is the way I want you to learn. Fine, if you can't join my workshops or classroom coaching or online coaching, you can try these things at home. Alright, try to understand everything. A beat B by 20 meter in a 100 meter race. How much will A beat? Fine, so A beat by 20 seconds. So this is a race concept. Very confusing concept. Either A beats B by 20 meter, or A gives B a 20 meter head. Both of them are basically same thing. So A beats B by 20 minutes. This means when A reaches end, B is 20 minutes behind, 20 meter behind. Alright, if you understand this concept, try to solve this question. Yeah, first question is fairly simple, so I want you to do that later on. That's quite simple question. I will give you the answer for that. Answer is B Bombay. Yeah, so try this question. It's a fairly simple question. Let's pick up this question. A beats B by 20 meters in a 100 meter race. B beats C by 20 minutes in a 100 meter race. How much will A beat C by? Fine. A beat B by 20, B beat B by 20. So अंदर से एक आवाज आएगा. You will get a feeling from inside that answer should be 40. But wrong. Answer is not 40. Why? Because A beat B. When A is 100, B is 80. When B is 100, C is 80. But when B is 80, C will be a little bit less behind. That's exactly what we have to find here. Fine. So I can use my normal formulas to find this question, to solve this question. This is a normal way to solve the question, which you can try later on. Fine. So I don't want you to see any of these kind of things. So let's try to use common sense. Can I say A beat by B by 20 meter? This means B is 20% less than A. So if A was 100, B is 20% less, means 0.8 of A. 80. Yeah. So if A is 80% of A, B is 80% of A. Similarly, C is 80% of A of B. Further 0.8. 64. So when A is 100, B is 80 from here, and C is what? 64. If the distance covered is 64, how much is remaining? 36. What I'm doing is I'm converting this question into question of percentages. Yeah, this is exactly the way I want you to try the question at home. Fine. So please open up your books and try to understand everything. Trust me, time is only one formula. Distance is equal to speed into time. Nothing else. I'm not going to use any other formula. Fine. I know there are people who innovate new formulas and everything, but they are not valid across the board. Fine. But this one formula is the only formula which I'm going to use to solve every question of time speed. Can be the question based on trains, can be the question based on your speed, races, anything is basically the same concept. Alright, all the best. Thank you. So if you're going to join our workshop, I'm going to pick up all the questions which are based on time, speed, distance. Can be of the question on races, can be on the of the question which are based on trains, based on your other things. Fine. So all this thing I'm going to cover with shortcuts. So this is just one sample to just get you going. Fine. So try to show you that this is a way you can do yourself. All right. Thank you.